Despite controversy surrounding its release and affiliation with a certain author who must not be named, Hogwarts Legacy has been shattering records in the first 4 days of its release. The biggest Harry Potter game launch in the UK of all time, in the top 4 best-selling games on Steam, and most views for a single game on Twitch of all time. But this begs the question, why are fans obsessed with the game, and what Easter eggs did they throw in for those fans to find? That's what we're exploring today. Let's do it. And let me know in the comments what your Hogwarts house is. I'm a Gryffindor, as you can probably tell by the amount of red I wear. And at 10, Chamber of Secrets. The Chamber of Secrets is one of the most iconic locations in all of Harry Potter, let alone Hogwarts. So, of course, it's gonna show up in Legacy, right? I mean, come on. Well, actually, yes and no. You're unable to access it, but it does still technically exist, since you can find the sink used as the entrance in Moaning Myrtle's bathroom, which has yet to actually be possessed, because she hasn't been killed. Also, it was built under the school, so it has to be there if the school is. Oh, and there's also the freaking Basilisk Easter egg, where you literally watch a giant snake go through the hall in front of you in the Slytherin common room, okay? So much for using the plumbing, I guess. Twitter user Maxim Raggy posted a clip online that showed them exploring the Slytherin common room before they attempted to climb a set of stairs that couldn't be accessed. But before the game forced you back down, you can actually see the Basilisk cross in front of you. Kind of like in the distance a little bit, but it's still in front of you, which I guess gives you a reason why you can't go up those stairs. But it also begs the question, who let this thing out if Tom hasn't gotten his letter yet? And at 9, Horcruxes. When players explore the restricted section of the library with Sebastian Salo, they will end up passing an odd-looking, moving book that Sebastian points out specifically. That's because he calls it the Secrets of the Darkest Arts, but maybe you are unaware of its significance, because I definitely was. Only hardcore Harry Potter fans would actually be able to pick up on the fact that this is the very same book where Tom Riddle, aka Voldemort, learns about Horcruxes, which then leads to the conversation with Slughorn about being able to split your soul into multiple pieces. The book, at least from what we know, was later removed by Dumbledore when he had the ability to do so, but Hermione still reads it after his death. But yeah, if you're interested in how to make Horcruxes, the book is there, but as far as I know, you're unable to read it, and definitely unable to make them. Although that would be interesting. You just going around. I wish that like this game was kind of more like Infamous in that sense, with like the morality system thing. Instead of just like kind of forcing you to be a good guy, I think it would be fun, especially for you Slytherins out there. Yeah, that's right, I know it. And at 8, Snape in a box. During the course of the game's main story, the player will head into the Room of Requirement with Professor Weasley. Yes, that kind of Weasley. Among the thousands of other items hidden by Hogwarts students over the past years and centuries, there are many secrets that you can't find in this room, and plenty of other Easter eggs. But one reference in particular is harder to spot than the majority. As players walk past a boar's head and then a painting of a witch in a pose similar to what I assume a French girl would make, they trigger a music box. The music box will only open this one time, so keep your eyes out unless you want to be like the majority of players who will miss the fact that the figure that pops out of the snake looks an awful lot like future potions master Severus Snape, which is a whole other can of worms that I don't want to get into because I break my brain enough with FNAF time travel, let alone Harry Potter time travel. But you know what, it's still a nice tribute to the late Alan Rickman. And at 7, De-Gnoming. Although many memorable moments from the Harry Potter books didn't make it into the film franchise, fans can enjoy the added length and depth giggity of Hogwarts Legacy that provides a platform for these beloved scenes to finally get some attention they deserve. One such moment that fans hold close to their hearts is when Harry helps the Weasleys de-gnome their garden. In the game, players get a taste of this classic scene when they attend their first herbology lesson. Leander Pruitt, an ancestor of Molly Weasley, shares his own memories of de-gnoming and how he used to swing the gnomes around until they were dizzy before shooting them off as far as possible, in the hopes that they would be too dizzy to actually make their way back to the garden. This entertaining and memorable scene is sure to delight fans of the books and provide a fun and exciting addition to the game, although I kinda wish that we could have done it. Okay, that would be a great minigame. That would be a fun way to ruin a joystick, okay? And I swear I didn't mean for that part to sound dirty. And at 6, Elephant on a Bicycle. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. The third installment in the series is widely regarded as one of the best. I mean, I find it to be kind of bland, but I guess that's personal opinion. The movie is shorter and doesn't really have that much going on aside from time travel, but again, like I said, I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. But one scene in particular that stands out in the film is when Harry and his fellow Gryffindor classmates in their third year are sampling an assortment of sweets in Gryffindor Tower. This small but memorable moment showcases the boys hilariously impersonating various animals brought on by the candies, including an elephant and lion, until Harry tries one that transforms him into a freaking steam train or something. I don't know what happened there. He looked like my mom after I leave a spoon in the sink for too long. But interestingly enough, fans of the series can actually eat the same sweets in the game and have their effects as well. Yeah, by visiting Honeyduke's and finding the elephant on a bicycle poster, players can enjoy these magical sweets, and you can be an elephant on a bicycle, or you can be a lion, or you can be a spoon in the sink. Halfway through into number 5, Wendelin the Weird. Wendelin the Weird was an eccentric British medieval witch who was famous for being burnt at the stake no less than 47 times in various disguises. Yeah, that's right. Damn straight. During the Middle Ages, Muggle witch hunts were at their peak, alright? Kind of obvious, you know, Salem. Stemming from the desire to experience a pleasant tickling sensation from the flame freezing charm, Wendelin took it upon herself to be captured no less than 47 times in various different disguises and looks to be repeatedly burnt at the stake. With the use of the flame freezing charm, the pyres were rendered harmless, creating only a gentle tickling sensation, which Wendelin enjoyed immensely. That's a kink I didn't expect to learn about, but hey, it's a thing. During the 1890s, a tapestry of Wendelin the Weird hung at Hogwarts Castle, a tapestry that you can find in Hogwarts Legacy. One that quite a few people have also noted looks a disturbing amount like She Who Must Not Be Named, you know, the author. Most notably for me though, I saw this in a TikTok which I think has since been removed, and not by the creator, which sucks, because that's funny as hell. In it 4, talking mirrors. In Hogwarts Legacy, players will come across various talking mirrors that provide commentary on their appearance. These mirrors may offer compliments on the player's fashion or just natural born beauty, or they'll insult you to your very core. These talking mirrors are actually an Easter egg as well, and they draw inspiration from Harry's experiences with talking mirrors at both the Weasleys and the Leaky Cauldron. Fans of the book series will also appreciate the humor and witty remarks found in the game that are very similar to the books. You can be greeted with pleasantries such as, quote, "What a lovely treat to have you walk by. Be sure to pass by at least once a year, twice if you can," and, quote, "My, what a striking face. You'll make quite the portrait one day. I wouldn't want to be hung next to you," which doesn't exactly feel like a compliment, but I get the sentiment behind it. But also, you can experience the deepest of cuts, like, quote, "Oh, don't tell me. That's Muggle fashion, isn't it? Can always tell. So very drab," which really hurts, okay? Because why are these mirrors hating on suits? Suits are cool. Exhibit A. Look at any of the videos when I'm wearing suits. I should have worn a suit for this video. I wrote that when I was wearing a suit. So, yeah, it was supposed to be a Barney Stinson reference, but I guess it kind of fell through. Getting close to the end, in number 3, Trophy Room. A delightful Easter egg in Hogwarts Legacy awaits those who venture up to the Trophy Room from the Grand Staircase. Here players can discover a Hogwarts Herbology Award presented to the current Herbology professor, Mirabelle Garlick. The trophy was awarded to Mirabelle in her 7th year at Hogwarts in recognition for her impressive work with flora, including mandrakes, mistletoe, bubotubers, and bouncing bulbs. The latter two of which sound like things I shouldn't be talking about on this channel. The Trophy Room is also home to other nods to the main series, such as the casket that houses the Goblet of Fire. Overall, this hidden treasure adds another layer of depth and authenticity to the game, and also it offers players a chance to discover more about the world of Harry Potter. Plus, we all love a good trophy room, right? Don't we? Or is that just the king in me coming out? I don't know. Hopefully the DLC that everyone is assuming we're going to get, even though it's 5 days after release, will be a Triwizard Tournament one. Because, like, yeah, I like the Chamber of Secrets and all, but like a Triwizard Tournament would be so much cooler. And plus, depending on what you're in, you can like try to like sneak into the trophy room to put your name in the cup. Or like, I don't know, it'll actually be fun rather than just exploring something we've seen in how many other games? And ultimately, in at number 2, Howler. Hey, looks like Weasley's got himself a Howler. That was more Australian than British, but whatever. Fans of the Harry Potter series will no doubt remember the hilarious and awkward scene where Ron Weasley received an angry animated letter from his mother. The iconic moment has been recreated in Hogwarts Legacy, providing players with a fun and familiar Easter egg to discover. But the thing is, there is no specific location in the game where this scene can be found. Players can come across a student who's being scolded by a floating letter that loudly berates him in front of their peers, eventually exploding into hundreds of pieces of paper, just as depicted in the books and the movies. But yeah, you can't wait around to find it. You have to find it by exploring the various interiors of the school, and then you can stumble upon this tribute to Ron Weasley and his infamous letter. Yeah, it's not a guarantee when or where though, but it should happen at some point during your playthrough. Just keep an eye out so you don't miss it. And finally, in at number 1, the Deathly Hallows. In the Harry Potter universe, the Deathly Hallows are legendary magical objects said to be created by Death himself. These immensely powerful items consist of the Elder Wand, the Resurrection Stone, and the Cloak of Invisibility. The Elder Wand is renowned for its unbeatable power, the Resurrection Stone can summon the spirits of the dead and even bring people back, and the Cloak of Invisibility is it's kind of in the name. If you're wearing it, you're invisible. Excitingly enough, these 3 items actually make an appearance in Hogwarts Legacy, albeit in a limited capacity, because let's be honest, that makes sense. During the 3rd Keeper trial, players are transported to a storybook world where they can encounter the Deathly Hallows. Though players can't necessarily wield them in the game, this subtle nod to the books and movies will no doubt thrill fans who wanted to actually see these in the flesh, or as close to it as they can get. But then this also begs the question, how did Dumbledore get the wand? Or how did James get the cloak? And how did the stone get in the snitch? But I guess then again, this is also in a storybook, so maybe it's just replicas in the book, or I don't know, maybe Dumbledore just kept them after his trial because he's a badass. And while I may not have an all-powerful wand made by Death himself, or a stone that's able to bring back the dead, or even an invisibility cloak to give you, I can give you the video that's popping up on screen now. Thanks for watching. What a segue.